In November 2013, Vitalik Buterin published a white paper detailing the concept of the Ethereum blockchain. The design of the blockchain made provision for smart contracts, which opened the door for innovations like non-fungible tokens, more commonly known as NFTs, distributed applications, and decentralized finance. The blockchain's native currency, Ether, became the second biggest cryptocurrency in the world behind Bitcoin. Join me today as we look at an introductory discussion of the Ethereum blockchain. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss the exciting Ethereum blockchain. The idea for the Ethereum blockchain was published in 2013 by Vitalik Buterin. It's commonly known, though, that there are 8 people who are credited as co-founders of the Ethereum blockchain, and unlike Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious founder of the Bitcoin blockchain, the identities of all 8 co-founders of the Ethereum blockchain are well known. However, it is only Vitalik Buterin who is still active in the development of the Ethereum blockchain. Time for today's trivia. How old was Vitalik Buterin when he published his white paper detailing the idea for Ethereum in 2013? Vitalik was born in 1994, making him 19 years old when he published his white paper, which is really quite amazing when you think about it. Now, the technical functioning of the Ethereum blockchain is something that's actually quite complicated, so we aren't going to go into too much detail about it. But if you remember anything about blockchains, you'll remember that they are distributed ledgers, with copies of the ledger stored and verified by many computers or on many computers around the world in a peer-to-peer network. Now, in the case of the Ethereum blockchain, the ledger that is stored on these computers in this peer-to-peer network around the world and verified is actually the Ethereum virtual machine, which is a virtual computer. So it's the state of that virtual computer that is stored in a distributed fashion in a peer-to-peer network, much like the ledger is, and it is that virtual machine that keeps track of all of the transactions that take place on the Ethereum blockchain. The fact that it is a virtual machine or a virtual computer is important because it is this that allows smart contracts to operate within the Ethereum blockchain. Described simply, the Ethereum blockchain is home to digital money in the form of ETH, global payments, and distributed applications. Wherever you are in the world, all you need is a connection to the internet. Today, there are millions of people around the world who don't have bank accounts, or even if they do, regularly have their payments blocked. Decentralized finance protocols on the Ethereum blockchain don't care where in the world you are. They don't care who you are, what your race is, what your gender is, what your background is, what your financial circumstances are. If you have a connection to the internet, you can transfer, send, borrow, earn interest, make payments to anyone in the world using the Ethereum blockchain. Now, you might be thinking, if you've had a bank account for many years, or you have had access to financial services, what's the big deal? Today, there are more than 1 billion people in the world who don't have access to basic financial services. And for those people, I'm sure you can imagine technology like this can be a total game changer. But the great thing about the Ethereum blockchain is it's not just about digital payments. The functionality of the Ethereum blockchain means that you can transfer anything that you own practically into the digital space using non-fungible tokens. You can tokenize your art, you can tokenize your music, you can tokenize your avatars. We'll talk more about the concept of non-fungible tokens in future videos because it is quite a big topic to explore. But for now, I think the thing to think about is what the Ethereum blockchain does through the concept of non-fungible tokens makes the possibility of digital assets very real. Now, the technology that makes all of these things, these wonderful things possible on the Ethereum blockchain are smart contracts. Smart contracts are simply programs that run on the blockchain and that execute when a predetermined set of conditions have been met. The term smart contract was coined in the late or mid-90s by Nick Szabo. And if you're thinking that that name sounds familiar, then you'll probably remember that Nick Szabo is one of the people who is thought to be possibly Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious founder of the Bitcoin blockchain. Now let's take a simple example of a transaction that might transpire between you and I. You may decide to sell me a car for $1,000. You bring the car to my house, hand it over to me, and then you have to trust that I'm going to pay you the $1,000 that I owe you. The human factor in that contract is the single worst failure point of a traditional contract. Smart contracts digitize agreements like that one that would have been between you and I, and they ensure that the terms of the contracts are executed upon when certain conditions have been met. Let's try and explain that a little bit better with a metaphor that the Ethereum website uses to describe smart contracts. The simple metaphor is a vending machine. Now, if you think about the way a vending machine works, you walk up to the vending machine, you select the product that you want. The vending machine tells you how much the product is going to cost. You deposit money into the vending machine. The machine checks if you've deposited the right amount of money, and if you have, it dispenses your product. There's no human intervention. There's a set amount of rules that are followed, and if you follow the rules, you get your product. If you didn't select a product or you didn't deposit the right amount of money, the vending machine doesn't dispense your product. Simply put, this is how smart contracts are meant to operate. If we take that back to the example that we discussed earlier, we could set up a smart contract that would pay you $1,000 and deliver me the title of ownership to the car. Once you deliver the car to me, the contract would execute, ensure that you got paid, and ensure that I get the title of ownership to the car. Now, this is a very, very simple example, but I think if you spend a little bit of time thinking about the possibilities of smart contracts, you'll realize the power that they have in the Ethereum blockchain. The native digital currency of the Ethereum blockchain is Ethers or ETH. And the reason we need ETH is to be able to transact on the Ethereum blockchain. So if you want to send money between two parties on the blockchain, if you want to buy an NFT, if you want to invest in decentralized finance protocols, you have to pay for all of those transactions using ETH. So that's the one reason you need ETH, to enable you to function and operate on the Ethereum blockchain. But the other thing to remember is that ETH is digital money, much the same as Bitcoin is. So people will keep an eye on ETH depending on their views of the Ethereum blockchain, and may perhaps take a view on investing in it or speculating in it. So ETH is available and tradable on cryptocurrency exchanges around the world. And for those people who invest in it, Ethereum hit its all-time high in November 2021 of almost $5,000. Now, those people who believe in the potential of the Ethereum blockchain for some of the reasons that we've discussed in this video believe that it could easily get to $10,000 in the next few years, and generally believe that ETH will surpass Bitcoin as the largest cryptocurrency in the world. Time for today's verse vernacular. Today's term is gas fees. Gas fees refers to the transaction costs required to successfully conclude transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. Gas fees have to be paid in ETH and are typically denoted in GUI, with 1 ETH being equal to 1 billion GUI. So in summary, the Ethereum blockchain is a distributed ledger storing instances or the state of the Ethereum virtual machine. The Ethereum virtual machine or virtual computer allows smart contracts to run within the blocks of the Ethereum blockchain, and it's smart contracts that make things like NFTs, decentralized finance, and distributed applications possible. These open a world of possibilities for many, many, many things. The native currency of the Ethereum blockchain is ETH. ETH is the second largest cryptocurrency in the world behind Bitcoin, with true believers in the Ethereum network believing that it will surpass Bitcoin at some point and become the largest cryptocurrency in the world. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video, this introductory video to the Ethereum blockchain. I hope you've learned a lot, and I look forward to chatting to you next time with an introduction to cryptocurrencies.